First tonight on our News at 7, bombarded with reporters' questions on BPL today. Among them, where is the energy minister?
The buck stops here. And that's the answer you'll give to those who are concerned about whether she's quiet or not. Plus,
the political friction over the power outages continues with this hit back from the opposition leader over the Prime Minister's address the night before. And later, meet the 8-year-old who made history over the weekend, winning the title of Little Miss Galaxy International. And then in our News at 7:30, the BUT turns up the heat. Our News Live at 7 starts now. Welcome to our News Live at 7. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Jerome Sawyer in for Megan Shepherd tonight. Under fire and mounting questions, Prime Minister Philip Davis is hit with a litany of reporters' questions today about BPL, the energy crisis, and the recent work-to-rule action by BPL's managers' union, and the curious absence and silence of Energy Minister JoBeth Colby Davis. And here's why. The last time the Energy Minister, JoBeth Colby Davis, publicly addressed the issue was on July 13th. That's more than a month ago, on the sidelines of the LNG terminal groundbreaking. Since then, the country has faced rolling blackouts, transformer fires, and major grid failures. And just yesterday, a work-to-rule action by the managers' union over the suspension of a union member. And while the Bahamas Power and Light and the Bahamas Grid Company have held multiple press briefings warning that the grid is stretched and overworked, there's been no public pronouncement from the minister, with the attention now turning to how government plans to stabilize the grid. The Prime Minister himself has stepped into the spotlight with a national address as recently as Monday night. But today, while on tour of public schools, the Prime Minister could not ignore the growing media curiosity, mounting questions, and absence of the minister responsible.
Who's going to be held, all the government responsible?
I'm not answering that question today.
Can you say
I gave a national address on the subject matter. I laid out what I perceive to be the issues, and they'll be dealt with.
Are you concerned over the work-to-rule issue?
I'm not concerned about it.
PM now, what do you say to people or the backlash that may come to say that the energy minister has been quiet on the matter? We know that you did give your national address.
The buck stops here. And that's the answer you'll give to those who are concerned about whether she's quiet or not.
Meanwhile, that BPL issue is again at the centre of political friction. The opposition leader, Michael Pintard, now taking aim at the Prime Minister's national address this week, saying that after years of government control and hundreds of millions of dollars spent on the power system, Bahamians deserve answers and not distractions. Our Chanasa Outen brings us the story tonight.
The Prime Minister, unfortunately, wasted a number of Bahamians' time.
That's opposition leader Michael Pintard's take on the Prime Minister's national address, saying in his view, it didn't give Bahamians the answers they were looking for. Pintard joined in on the blame game, saying the government cannot keep pointing fingers when it comes to Bahamas Power and Light.
But after 5 years as Prime Minister and more than 10 years, in total, close to 14 years, where he has had some direct responsibility for BPL, either as Prime Minister or Deputy Prime Minister.
One of the big issues Pintard is raising is BPL's massive overtime bill. The Prime Minister addressed the more than $20 million in overtime, including about $600,000 paid to just 3 employees over a 12-month period. Davis called it a failure of management and oversight. But Pintard is asking, who's actually responsible for that management?
The Prime Minister spoke about overtime abuse and management failures, as if it isn't him and his minister and the board that they put in place and the executives they hired who are responsible for determining who ultimately gets overtime.
And then there's the money. The Bahamas Grid Company was brought on to manage the New Providence transmission and distribution system, allegedly being paid $8 million a month under this agreement. However, the string of recent blackouts has been linked to the TND system, despite the company saying that they were nearing completion with key infrastructure upgrades. Pintard is now questioning the results of the government's investment in the power system, pointing to more than $430 million he says has gone into the New Providence electrical infrastructure over the last 3 years. And the opposition leader says, after all that money, why are the lights still going off?
And with the investment that was supposed to be done on the electrical infrastructure in New Providence, I mean, over $430 million of it over the last 3 years, what results have we got that justifies this? 430 million plus. And the lights are going off more than ever.
Now, all the criticism comes as BPL is dealing with an overloaded and aged system as Bahamians continue to fight through blackouts. Now, the political blame game over BPL doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon, as Pintard says the real test isn't about how much money is spent, but if Bahamians can actually turn on their lights and keep them on. Reporting for Our News, I'm Chinasa Houghton.
Thanks a lot for that report tonight, Chinasa. And as the clock ticks to the start of another school year, Prime Minister Davis and Education Minister Chester Cooper touring schools across New Providence today to see the final touches on repairs and upgrades. The $20 million project spanned 49 schools across the capital, with works including tiling, painting, installing of plexiglass and new air conditioning units, and even some minor roof repairs. During tours of H.O. Nash, Palmdale Primary and Essie McPherson, officials said the renovations are now 95% complete and should be finished by this weekend. Education Minister Chester Cooper says government wants to move away from the rush of repairing during the summer and make it a year-round project instead.
Develop scopes at the beginning of the year. The principal make a list of all of the things they wish to be done. That goes onward to our maintenance team who refine those scopes, and then we send them out to contractors. Really what we want to try to do in the future is to have ongoing maintenance so that we're not rushing during the few weeks during the summer months to get this process complete.
Joining that multi-school tour today, Prime Minister Philip Davis saying the focus is on giving students and teachers a comfortable working environment.
I'm encouraged by what I saw, and I'm also delighted to know that works are as far advanced as they are, and that all works for what I call school repairs will be completed in time to ensure that our students have a comfortable place to learn and teachers have a comfortable place from which to teach.
All right, looking at some other stories tonight. 2 police officers detained following a major drug bust in Acklands back in 2022 have scored a major legal victory. Justice Cheryl Bazad Casey has ruled that Arnold Cooper and Brandon Dean are entitled to damages for unlawful arrests and reputational harm. The judge has directed the Supreme Court registrar to determine just how much the 2 officers will receive. The lawsuit stems from the events of June 10th back in 2022 when officers' homes were searched and their phones and firearms confiscated. The searches were carried out under the direction of then Chief Superintendent Roberto Goodman, who at the time headed the Drug Enforcement Unit. Now, Cooper and Dean were also taken from Acklands to New Providence against their will and were not allowed to speak to each other. The Royal Bahamas Police Force also issued a press statement concerning the arrest of 3 police officers and 2 Colombian nationals following that drug seizure on June 7th, again back in 2022. In his testimony, Goodman maintained that Cooper and Dean were witnesses and not suspects, but Bazard found that the facts showed that the 2 officers were in fact treated as suspects. The court's ruling comes as the fallout from that case continues for those connected to the 2022 drug seizure. Former Assistant Superintendent of Police Sonny Miller, the 3rd officer detained in connection with the seizure, was sentenced to 6 years in prison in February of this year. Miller was convicted of helping the Colombian drug traffickers offload a shipment from a plane. The shipment involved 72 kilos of cocaine and 15 kilos of marijuana. Well, a 60-year-old man has been charged with dangerous harm after allegedly knocking down another man and injuring him with a cutlass. Ricardo Farrington is accused of causing dangerous harm to 63-year-old Parnell Green on August 10th. The charges stem from an alleged incident at East and Ernest Streets. Farrington did not have to enter a plea when he appeared before Senior Magistrate Algernon Allen Jr. Bail was set at $9,000 and Farrington is due back in court on December 15th. Well, we've got lots more news to get to tonight, but first it's time for your first look at temperatures around the country. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center tonight. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Jerome, and a happy hump day, everybody. Hot and humid day around the islands. We did have some showers. Had a good shower here in the capital, but we are still very warm and humid on the outside. 89 degrees is our current temperature with some partly cloudy skies. South winds at 7 miles per hour, but those feels like temperature still feels very warm and humid. Feels like 98 degrees on the outside. Temperatures right now, it's 89 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, also in Marsh Harbor, Abaco, Great Harbor, Key, the Berry Islands, Nicholstown, North Andros, and here in the capital. Pick up 87 in Alistown, Bimini, over in Governor's Harbor, 88 there. 89, Kemps Bay, South Andros, 87 in Black Point, Exuma Keys, 84 Arthurstown, Kid Island, a string of 85s in Georgetown, Great Exuma, Deadman's Long Island, Port Nelson, Rum Key, also in Coburn Townsend, Salvador, saying hello to the butlers down there, and into the southeast Bahamas. 84 in Duncantown, Ragged Island, more 85s popping up in Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Delectable Bay, Acklands, 86s in Abrahams Bay, Meguana, Providenciales, Turks and Caicos Islands, Matthew Town, Inagua. You are the warm spot in the deep south. You have a temperature right now of 89. Satellite radar composite, the upper level low that's spinning just across Florida, actually drifted south across the eastern Gulf of Mexico. That's helping to trigger some showers and some thunderstorm activity across us. That's what provided us with the nice rainfall we had here in the capital, but it turned rather humid after that. Still have that moist shower there to the east of us, dissipating frontal boundary, and we have a tropical wave moving to the south. Those features will continue to keep some shower activity in the forecast for at least another 24 hours. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. We'll take a second look at our weather when we come back.
Coming up in sports, as JJ goes, so go the New York Liberty. So last night, not a great situation. Then more NCAA portal news and some local tennis.
AssureWin is open 24/7.
You can now top up your AssureWin account anytime online with the online deposit option on AssureWin.com.
Or via any convenient SunCash ATM. Just click the AssureWin selection.
It's quick, easy, and always open. AssureWin online. What's your game?
Lotto, casino, or sportsbook.
Win big. It's AssureWin.
Quick, easy, and always open. AssureWin online.
When you are hungry and on a tight budget, don't settle. Make the only choice and head on over to Wendy's and grab a biggie bag. Choose from a day's single, classic, or spicy chicken with a junior fry, regular drink, and 4-piece nuggets for only $9.95. Fat inclusive. Order one today. That is made fresh, especially for you when you order it. Wendy's is fast food done right. Certain restrictions apply.
For 38 years, Struckham Commercial Pest Services has provided trained certified technicians while using environmentally safe, industry-standard products. Pests can devastate your business. Together, we will ensure adequate sanitation standards and safe pest exclusion methods. Uncontrolled pest problems lead to significant financial loss due to food contamination, business disruption, and stock waste. Struckham provides detailed solutions protecting your business and reputation. Struckham, #1 in pest control services.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. The New York Liberty have struggled through injuries all season long, but losing Jonquil Jones, that one should cause immediate panic to ensue. JJ left Tuesday night's 93-86 loss to the Chicago Sky with a left ankle injury, and this one happened early. She went down with 3:31 left in the first quarter, immediately grabbed her ankle, and was helped off the floor. Absolutely nothing better than using loopholes in the system to get what you want. And what AJ Storr wants is to play college basketball. Storr announced that he's headed to the UNLV Running Rebels for the upcoming season, his 5th school in 5 years. St. John's, Wisconsin, Kansas, Ole Miss, now UNLV. A landmark event on the local tennis calendar, it was a whole new slate of winners at the AID Clay Court Championships. The talent pool is still deep, and you saw elite play over the last few weeks at the Gym Tennis Club in year 32 of the event. JJ Fountain didn't drop a single set on his way to winning the men's open singles title after he entered the draw unseeded. Malika Masson won the ladies junior vets, Giles Turnquist took the men's junior vets, while Jacoby Bain and Shambi Johnson won the men's open doubles. Dante Stewart had himself a night, final score aside, that's what's most important to us. He went 2 for 4 with a homer and 2 RBI for his Jersey Shore Blue Claws and a 10-5 loss to Hudson Valley. Stewart got things started in the second with a solo shot to give Jersey Shore a 2-0 lead, then came back in the fifth with an RBI single to put the Blue Claws back in front 5-4. That'll do it for sports, but there's always more sports when you need it most. Back on our news at 7:30.
When our news comes back from the break, we're turning our spotlight on stories making headlines across the world. With just hours before sanctions were set to take effect, President Donald Trump announces that he's delaying a 50% tariff on $20 billion worth of Canadian imports. Plus, Queen Camilla says she knew about King Charles's cancer diagnosis days before it was made public and found it difficult to keep quiet. Plus, regional security taking center stage in the Caribbean with a powerful U.S. congressional delegation in Trinidad and Tobago for high-level talks. We'll have those stories and more when our news returns.
Rubens has career wear from Casper and Klein and LeSuit that will take you from office perfection to after-hour elegance with professional tailored suiting and business casual pieces. We have your 9-to-5 fit, even in plus. At Rubens, we believe trailblazing women need clothing that will consistently deliver powerful looks that complement their style and confidence. Rubens has workwear for the guys too, with Dockers and Nautica pants, dress shirts, and more to enhance his professional wardrobe. Get dressed up with Rubens, Harbor Bay and Palmdale Plaza, with timeless suiting made to work.
You or a loved one currently under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Our compassionate team is committed to patients and their loved ones. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept all major insurance. With 2 locations to serve you, at Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street, we also ship to the Family Islands. Visit us on Facebook or call Ports at 377-1771.
Hey, you see Paradise Games out of new casino?
What you mean new casino? You mean like new games?
Yes, babe. Brand new games. You ain't never see these yet. Check this. It's right under casino.
Oh, casino tree. But these are hot, eh?
I'm showing you. Paradise come up with all kind of games.
Come on, I need to go slap something on my account, man.
I might as well top up one time. Roll!
Paradise Games, where every spin is a chance to win.
Paradise Games reminds you to please game responsibly.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. President Donald Trump announced on Tuesday that he's delaying a 50% tariff on a $20 billion ban of Canadian imports just hours before the sanctions were set to take effect. In a post on his social media platform, Trump said he paused the 50% tariffs against Canada for a 3-day period. This last-minute deal provides time for further negotiations, easing tensions between the two historic allies. If implemented, the tariffs would have affected the Canadian products ranging from hockey sticks to tongue depressors. Canada has threatened retaliation, aggravating a trade dispute valued at $880 billion last year alone. ABC has taken a major step in its conflict with the Trump administration by filing a lawsuit against the Federal Communications Commission, or FCC, on the grounds that its First Amendment rights are being violated. The network claims that the agency's demand for an early review of its broadcast licenses poses an existential threat to its operations. In the lawsuit, ABC, along with parent company Disney and 8 ABC-owned stations, seeks a federal court to halt the early renewal proceedings. This move follows an April order from the FCC, headed by Chairman Brendan Carr, a known ally of President Trump, to review ABC's licenses years before their expiration. The FCC cited diversity and inclusion practices as the reasons for the unusual action, which came just after a joke from ABC's late-night host Jimmy Kimmel, and which infuriated the president, who called for Kimmel's firing. Hundreds of commercial flights will take slightly different routes over the northeastern Atlantic during the next 2 winters as part of a new effort to cut aviation climate impact. The British government is backing a trial called the Operation Blue Skies. Google will use AI forecasts to help identify areas where heat trapping contrails are most likely to form. Now, air traffic controllers may ask some planes to change altitude by up to 2,000 feet. That's a small adjustment that could help reduce those contrails over this busy route between Europe and North America. Queen Camilla says she knew about King Charles's cancer diagnosis days before it was made public and found it difficult to keep quiet. Speaking in a video marking the 30th anniversary of the cancer charity Maggie's, Camilla said she was longing to talk about the King's condition while opening a cancer support center in London, but knew it wasn't the right time. King Charles announced his diagnosis in February of 2024, breaking with royal tradition by speaking openly about his health. The candor has been credited with encouraging more men to get tested for cancer. Recent updates say his health is improving and it's moving in a positive direction. And regional security is taking center stage in the Caribbean with a powerful U.S. congressional delegation in Trinidad and Tobago for high-level talks. Trinidad and Tobago's Foreign Minister Sean Sobers hosted the meeting at the Diplomatic Center, joining U.S. Senators Gary Peters, Chris Coons, and Tammy Baldwin. The discussions focused on securing maritime borders, strengthening intelligence sharing, and tackling transnational crime, including narco-terrorist networks. The talks come as CARICOM nations face growing border and defense pressures, with the U.S. recently launching a joint task force for the Western Hemisphere. And then in our news at 7:30, it's deja vu for these 4 Charlotte vendors hit by robbers again. And then the teachers' union president takes off the gloves. It stalled contract negotiations with government. We'll have those stories and more coming up in our news at 7:30. Stay with us.
Welcome to Paradise Games, where exceptional service meets the ultimate gaming experience. Our dedicated team is here to make every visit a win.
Now this is paradise.
This is more than just a place to play.
Now this is paradise.
It's where excitement meets world-class service.
Now this is paradise.
Now this is paradise.
Come experience it for yourself. Now this is paradise.
Sun, sea, good friends. And bold new flavor has arrived in the Bahamas. Introducing the new Jalapeno Ranch Cheeseburger. Spicy jalapenos, cool ranch, fresh Wendy's beef, one perfect balance. This isn't a heat you run from, you enjoy it. Bring the heat. Keep the cool with Wendy's new Jalapeno Ranch Cheeseburger.
Celebrates the Bahamian spirit, from culture and craft to our reefs and jungle, preserving what's ours, shaping what's next. Like, it's in our hands.
For over 2 decades, our loyal viewers have made us the most watched and trusted half hour of television, and now with more reasons to watch.
Those chaotic scenes from Parliament this morning as the mace dramatically thrown through the windows.
Our news, weeknights at 7:30 with Atalia Hall. Just another reason to stay with the team you already trust.
And finally tonight, an 8-year-old girl has made a name for herself and indeed the country in the world of pageantry. She was able to capture the hearts of judges this weekend, walking away with the title of Little Miss Galaxy International. She recently spoke exclusively with our Chanasa Outen about her moment.
I am your new Little Miss Galaxy International.
That's 8-year-old Zara Gashik, who's still all smiles after capturing the Little Miss Galaxy International title last weekend right here in the Bahamas. After months of preparation, Zara took to the stage alongside contestants from around the world, winning over the judges with her stage presence, charm, and poise. She says the entire experience was one she'll never forget.
It was very, very fun. I had tons of good times. I loved the orientation gifts. I loved doing my fun fashion and my evening gown. And I'm so happy that I won Little Miss Galaxy International.
Now, while the crown is a big achievement, Zara says her mission goes far beyond the spotlight. As an advocate for ending hunger, she plans to use her new international platform to continue making a difference in her community.
I will continue to do more community service, such as beach cleanups, can drives, and donating clothes for the homeless.
And for other little girls dreaming of their own big moment, the new Little Miss Galaxy has some words of encouragement.
Go for it. Work hard and do your best. Even if you don't win, you are beautiful and you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Chanasa Outen.
All right, well, I'm sure she's gotten tons of congratulations, but congratulations from all of us to you, Zara. You made us proud. Who knows, maybe a future Miss Universe in the works there. To watch that story again and for all of today's top stories, be sure and visit ournews.bs. That's going to do it for Our News at 7. Joining us now is our own Miss Our News, Tom
Really?
Hall.
Thanks for the title, Jerome.
She's up with the latest headlines.
Thank you so much for that introduction.
Yeah.
Well, coming up, our summer staycation series continues at Bahamar. Tonight, our Joshua Williams takes us inside another restaurant at the resort. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on Our News Live at 7:30.
The Bahamas Union of Teachers president making serious allegations when it comes to another educators union, its industrial agreement and its registration. Stay tuned to Our News tonight for more details.
Plus, access to cash remains a concern in Exuma, with residents facing limited options tonight. The area MP weighs in on efforts to resolve the issue. We have an update. Plus,
I'm Delvado Emmanuel, and coming up tonight in Our News, vendors here at Fort Charlotte say they've had enough after yet another break-in leaves them counting their losses and questioning security here at one of the country's most popular tourist sites. This story just ahead.
and later, the search continues for 34-year-old Katrina Kelly, now missing for 8 days as her family pushes back against false reports about her disappearance. The full story when Our News Live at 7:30 returns.
Tourism today. Bahamas tourism today.
Scores of visitors and residents got a taste of the flavors of the Bahamas at the Ministry of Tourism's biggest signature festival, leaving many asking one simple question: is Gumbe better in Grand Bahama?
You know, this is week 3 of Gumbe Summer Festival, the finale night of Gumbe Summer Festival, and we can expect a variety of headliners. We have Sherrod Taylor, we have Johnny Cake, and of course we have one of Grand Bahama's favorite, Kirkland, KB, Bodie, and so we are excited for the lineup. We do have 2 jungle performances by Kingdom Culture as well as Grand Bahama All-Stars and a variety of other entertainment here this afternoon. Earlier this evening, we had our conch cracking demonstration as well as our coconut husking demonstration, and we usually put these on for our visitors so they could get to experience what it is to be truly Bahamian and how we extract a conch from its shell as well as a taste of our very own Grand Bahama's Gully Wash. This evening, we have over 50 vendors right here at Tino Beach, and I'm excited about our authentically Bahamian vendors. You know, they have a variety of Bahamian handmade products that they make right here on island, and visitors as well as locals get an opportunity to go over there and to see what they make here on Grand Bahama, as well as purchase those items. It's great to see our visitors as well as our locals here at Gombe Summer Festival, the finale night, sharing the same cultural experiences and having a great time. Thank you to the Ministry of Tourism and the team here in Grand Bahama for a fabulous job for Gombe Summer Festival, and shout out to our sponsors, and we look forward to seeing you right here in Grand Bahama at Tino Beach next year, July, for Gombe Summer Festival.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Joshua Robbins, and this is Tourism Today.
The Pink Place Independent.
Welcome to our news. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall-Thomas. First tonight, Bahamas Union of Teachers President Belinda Wilson is making serious allegations against a fellow educators union tonight, claiming it has not been lawfully registered. Wilson was asked today about her union's ongoing negotiations on the sidelines of a new teachers orientation ceremony, where she told our Joshua Williams that the BUT would not bow or bend to get a deal done, accusing another union of allegedly doing just that. Here's that report.
As reporters pressed Bahamas Union of Teachers President Belinda Wilson about the stalled negotiations on the union's industrial agreement, the conversation took an unexpected turn. I asked Wilson about criticism over the lack of progress, particularly since another education union signed its agreement months ago. That's when Wilson made this shocking claim.
They are indebted to the government because the government allegedly gave them registration against the law. I'm not indebted to any government, any politician, any minister of labor. We have that matter, that's a live matter in the Supreme Court. So they have to bow and they have to bend. The Bahamas Union of Teachers is 79 years old and we bend to no man.
We know that the Bahamas Educators, Counselors and Allied Workers Union, or BECAWU, secured a 5-year agreement with the government. But BECAWU's industrial relations history has not been without controversy. Back in May, the Court of Appeal refused an application by BECAWU to extend the time to appeal a Supreme Court decision in a union recognition dispute with the BUT. The appellate court ruled that the proposed appeal had no realistic prospect of success and ordered BECAWU pay a total of $15,000 in court costs. Following Wilson's comments to the media, I spoke with BECAWU President Keisha LaRota. LaRota strongly disputed Wilson's claim, saying what the BUT president told reporters was false.
There's a process where you have to have your constitution, you have to create your bylaws, and then all of this has to be registered with the Registrar of Trade Unions. We did all of that, so we are legal.
Our News has since obtained BECAWU's certificate of registration issued by the Bahamas Department of Labor, which dates back to October 8, 2020. When it comes to the BUT's negotiations, they're asking for a 20% salary increase over 3 years. Wilson says they're done speaking with lead negotiator Bernard Evans.
The negotiating team, that their time has really expired and they need to go to their bosses and bring the financial persons to the table now, because all of the non-financial articles we've agreed on.
Now, when it comes back to the Bahamas Union of Teachers, Wilson says there could be some form of industrial action should they not reach an agreement as the school year prepares to open. Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks for that, Josh. Well, with just days to go before thousands of students head back to the classroom, more than 100 new teachers are now ready to join the public school system. The new educators were officially oriented Wednesday morning during a ceremony at the Stephen Dillett Primary School, with teachers from other Family Islands joining virtually. The new recruits are expected to help close a long-standing gap in the public education system, the shortage of trained teachers. Education Minister Chester Cooper says the work isn't over yet, with government still working to bring more teachers into the classroom.
We indicated that we had a gap in the region of 300. We're making steady progress. We've recruited roughly 100 Bahamian teachers. We have already enlisted some foreign teachers. We committed to the Bahamian people that we are not going to cut corners. This is a lengthy process of vetting through Interpol and the Royal Bahamas Police Force. So I don't have a specific number yet on the foreign teachers, but I know that we have a significant batch going on to the public service ministry today, and we sent some last week as well.
And while educating the country's children remains a priority, Cooper says there are other essential services that must also be working for communities to thrive. That includes banking services in Exuma, where residents have long raised concerns about access to reliable ATMs. Recent concerns over access to cash intensified after Sandals Emerald Bay announced that residents would no longer be able to use the Scotiabank ATM on its property. Scotiabank has since said it's working with a local telecommunications provider to make alternative ATMs available on the island. But Cooper, who represents Exuma and the Ragged Island, says he won't consider the matter resolved until residents have reliable access.
I will not be happy until the ATMs are working, clearly. The people of Exuma deserves better quality service than it's getting from Scotiabank in particular. We've had that candid conversation, and I'm delighted that Mr. Archer has made a definitive commitment to resolve the issue. Ultimately, banking is a key plank in the overall economy, and it's really a service that's not optional to economic development or development of the community.
Vendors temporarily operating at Fort Charlotte are once again complaining about break-ins, and now one of them says she's been hit twice in just 4 days. The vendor says the loss has become so difficult that she's now considering walking away from the business altogether. Our Delvardo Emmanuel picks up the story from here.
Vendors here at Fort Charlotte say repeated break-ins have become an ongoing problem, leaving many of them questioning what more can be done to save their businesses and their livelihoods.
Friday, I've had a break-in, and Monday, I've had a break-in. And they took a lot of my stuff. I mean, it is unbelievable.
For Chantel Sayers, walking into her stall Monday morning was a sight she says she wasn't prepared for. Bags, clothes, cups, and other souvenirs that once filled the shop were gone. And what made it even harder, Sayers says she had already been hit just days before.
When I walk in, I literally break down because I'm not used to seeing my shop this empty. And I scream for my help. I was like, Crispin, they hit me again.
Sayers estimate the merchandise taken is valued at close to $5,000. But for her, the loss goes beyond empty shelves and missing inventory. She says the business had helped her support her son who is away at school, and with no other source of income, starting over won't be easy.
Now I feel like just packing everything and leaving. But like I told you, I have a child away in school. My mind is saying me go and not to return until we go back to Fort Fincastle. But I don't have another income.
This isn't the first time our news has been called to Fort Charlotte over vendors' concerns about break-ins. We reported on similar complaints back in December. The Fort Fincastle vendors are temporarily operating at Fort Charlotte, while renovations are carried out at their usual location. Fort Fincastle Vendors Association President Tanya Fernander says security has been a recurring concern since the move. She says at one point vendors were so concerned they considered pulling their own money to hire a private security company. But Fernander says they were told security would instead be provided at the site.
If vendors are still getting break-in, where are the security that you said that you put? You understand me? And because they're on the blind side over there, they always getting hit.
Reporting for our news, I'm Delvardo Emmanuel.
All right, thanks so much, Delvardo. It's been now 8 days since 34-year-old Eleuthera native Katrina Kelly was last seen. As the search for her continues, Kelly was seen around 2:35 p.m. on Tuesday, August 12th in the Bluff, Eleuthera. She was reported missing 2 days later. Kelly, who is an assistant manager at Pink Sands Hotel and also operates a car rental business, is described as having a brown complexion and average build. As the search continues, her family is pushing back against false reports circulating about her disappearance, including claims that her body had been found. Relatives say those reports are not true and they remain hopeful Kelly will be found alive. Rewards totaling up to $52,500 are now being offered for information that could help locate Kelly, including $50,000 from the Fox Foundation. Her family is urging anyone with information to contact police, while also appealing to the public to stop spreading unverified information as the search continues. Switching gears now, hot temperatures across a chain of islands on this Hump Day Wednesday. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look. Greg, what can you tell us?
Yeah, thanks, Natalia, and a happy Wednesday, everybody. A hot and humid day around the islands. Temperatures getting up into the 90s once again. We did have some moisture and some rainfall earlier today, and that kept things rather humid. 89 degrees is our current temperature on the outside under partly cloudy skies. Your winds out of the south at 7 miles per hour, but those feels like temperatures still feels very warm and humid. Feels like 98 degrees on the outdoors. Satellite radar composite, we still have a high pressure system in charge, but we have some moisture moving across the area, courtesy of an upper level low that's spinning across Florida. That's triggering some showers and some isolated thunderstorms across that area. Moisture with the frontal boundary still to the east of us, helping to help some shower activity as well. And then we have a tropical wave passing just to the south of the Bahamas. Both features will continue to keep some showers in the forecast for at least another 24 hours. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us. We'll take a look at the tropics and your extended forecast later on in the newscast.
Still to come in our news, government rolling out a new 5-year plan aimed at matching agricultural production with market demand and strengthening the country's food supply. Also, the Bahamas is expanding opportunities for Bahamians to enter the aviation industry with new training pathways. Also, from fine dining to casual bites, food is taking center stage in our Bahamar Staycation series. Tonight, we explore what's on the menu. That's all coming up when our news returns.
The Paint Place Independence. It's that time again. Yeah, sun's over. We got the colors for you to paint it right. We got the things that you need, you know, to paint the work of your dreams. Let's go. On the God one. People, yeah, we are equal. 24 senses. So high without faith.
Shop with us. Shop. We've got some in store. Shop. Prices are right. Come spend the day. Bring the family. Southwest Plaza. Come shop with us.
I'm very excited, and I can't believe it. It's a dream come true. When she did call me yesterday about it, I didn't know what to believe. Thanks to Mr. Coleman and this whole staff for what they do, and making sure the customers are taken care of, making sure we enjoy the gaming they do give to us. Chances is the great house to play, even down to the staff, is perfect. You're going to marvel.
It only takes a second for things to go wrong. Are you prepared? Don't become a statistic. Follow these simple rules. Leave early, obey road signs, wear seatbelts, invest in hands-free devices, and don't drink and drive. I'm Inspector Gerard Cum of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, reminding you that road safety is no accident.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
The government is looking at new ways to help farmers get more of what they grow from the farm to the market. That includes having teams from the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources work directly with farmers in Abaco, North Andros, Grand Bahama, Eleuthera, and Cat Island to help them better plan what they produce and how it gets sold. During a press conference this week, Minister Jomo Campbell says the ministry is also looking at improving cold storage and transportation to cut down on the amount of produce that goes to waste after it's harvested.
This will seek to improve how produce is stored, transported, tracked, and marketed, helping farmers to reduce post-harvest losses and deliver quality products to the market more consistently. Additionally, in partnership with an insurance provider, we are exploring a potential farmers' crop insurance initiative. But in order to achieve this, access to reliable data will be critical.
But before a crop insurance program can get off the ground, Campbell says government needs a clearer picture of who's farming, where they're farming, and what they are producing. Farmers are now being encouraged to register on their operations on a new agricultural data platform at www.bahamasagridata.com. Well, the Bahamas is taking another step towards strengthening its aviation industry with a new partnership aimed at expanding training opportunities for Bahamians. Officials at Middle Tennessee State University recently signed an expanded agreement building on 2 years of discussions and previous collaborations, including a partnership with the University of the Bahamas. The agreement will focus on training Bahamians in key areas of aviation, including piloting, aircraft maintenance, and air traffic control. Aviation Minister Jobette Colby Davis explains what this latest development could mean for the future of aviation in the country.
Today, we take a significant step towards securing the future of aviation in the Bahamas. By signing this amended Memorandum of Understanding with Middle Tennessee State University, we are not simply signing a document. We are signing a commitment to our people, to our young Bahamians who dream of becoming pilots, engineers, air traffic controllers, and aviation leaders who will continue to propel the Bahamas as the regional leaders in aviation.
Coming up in sports, we wait on updates on the most important ankle in the WNBA. Well, at least the most important one to us. Then AJ Storr heads back to Vegas and a whole new set of title winners at the AID Champs.
First heartbeat.
Thank you, and the little guy's all set.
We've been here for you, by your side.
She's good.
Through every challenge, every milestone.
6 miles, hold it.
The house will be yours someday.
Every triumph.
Will be hers.
Covering, protecting, securing.
The insurance covered everything?
Here since 1899. Always here. Kalina. Caring for you.
Bing bang bing. Bing bang bing. Bing bing bang. Bang bang bang. Bing bang bing. Bing bang bing. Bing bing bang. Bang bang bang. Bing bang bing. Bang bang. Bing bang bing. Bing bang bing. Bing bing bang.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record, we challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8 p.m. The conversations that shape the Bahamas start here, on the Record.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. The New York Liberty have struggled through injuries all season long, but losing Jonquil Jones, yeah, that one should cause immediate panic to ensue. JJ left Tuesday night's 93-86 loss to the Chicago Sky with a left ankle injury, and this one happened early. She went down with 3:31 left in the first quarter, immediately grabbed her ankle, and was helped off the floor. Seemed as if JJ might try to give it a go when she was initially listed as questionable, but after halftime, New York confirmed she was done for the night. And you immediately saw what JJ's absence meant. Without her on the floor, the Sky owned the glass, out-rebounding New York 44-35 and outscored them 20-6 on second chance points. That's at the micro level. At the macro, the big story is JJ's ankle, and we've got to monitor it given her recent ankle history. 2 right ankle injuries and subsequent surgery held her back in 2025, but Tuesday's injury was to the left. New York is back at it on Saturday when they host the Indiana Fever. Absolutely nothing better than using loopholes in the system to get what you want. And what AJ Storr wants is to play college basketball. Storr announced that he's headed to the UNLV Running Rebels for the upcoming season, his 5th school in 5 years. St. John's, Wisconsin, Kansas, Ole Miss, now UNLV. Storr was one of many players to get an extra year after a judge granted an injunction to his class allowing an additional season of college eligibility. His best year came in Wisconsin, where he averaged 16.8 points per game and earned 2nd All Big Ten team honors. Kansas was a different story. He scored just 6.1 points per game, but he bounced back last year at Ole Miss, where he led the team in scoring at 15.5 points per game. A landmark event on the local tennis calendar, it was a whole new slate of winners at the AID Clay Court Championships. The talent pool is still deep, and you saw elite play over the last few weeks at the Gym Tennis Club in year 32 of the event. JJ Fountain didn't drop a single set on his way to winning the men's open singles title after he entered the draw unseeded. Malika Masson won the ladies junior vets, Giles Turnquest took the men's junior vets, while Jacoby Bain and Shambi Johnson won the men's open doubles. Deron Donaldson and Josh Herman won men's junior vets doubles. Anthony Cook was one of the busiest men of the tournament, winning mixed doubles with Sharon Saunders and men's veteran doubles with Godfrey Virgil. Dante Stewart had himself a night. Final score aside, that's what's most important to us. He went 2 for 4 with a homer and 2 RBI for his Jersey Shore Blue Claws and a 10-5 loss to Hudson Valley. Stewart got things started in the second with a solo shot to give Jersey Shore a 2-0 lead, then came back in the 5th with an RBI single to put the Blue Claws back in front 5-4. Maybe they should have let him pitch. Hudson Valley scored 6 runs over the last 2 innings to put the game away. That'll do it for sports. This is Tano IS, and the Liberty's title run needs to be documented if they see this all the way through. It would pretty much make them superheroes, and it's a great time to believe in superheroes. A new Spider-Man, there's a new Lantern show, LeBron exists, and so does Lamar Jackson.
Still ahead on our news tonight, from fine dining to casual bites, food is taking center stage. In our Baja Mar staycation series tonight, we explore what's on the menu. And Greg is back with their extended weather when our news returns. Stay with us.
That part hard to get, you know.
Unless you go to wimauto.com.
Man, anybody get our website, man. How you know that's the right part?
On wimauto.com, you can enter the year, make, model, and engine size of your vehicle and choose the part that you need.
This is a Japanese car.
You can shop for that on our website.
What about chemicals?
Yep.
Car accessories?
Yep.
Tools?
Actually, yeah.
Plumbing, electrical, and grocery?
If we sell it, it's on our website. Don't worry, we don't have mechanics.
Oh, thank goodness.
Save time and shop with confidence with wimauto.com.
Family, how you look so down? Set up all cold and flu, could flip that frown. All the coughing and that running nose cannot last. You must come back to work and class. Set them all can deal with that fast, yeah. Try set them all cold and flu, daytime and nighttime too. Try Setamol, cold and flu, and get back to the better you. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Distributed by Lowe's Wholesale Drug Agencies Limited.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Kalik celebrates the Bahamian spirit, from culture and craft to our reefs and jungle, preserving what's ours, shaping what's next. Like, it's in our hands.
This is our news. Welcome back. Tropics remaining quiet. We do have some tropical waves moving across the tropical belt, not showing any organization at this time out in the open Atlantic. A couple of tropical waves that moved off the African coast, moving towards the west. Disorganized showers and thunderstorms associated with those waves. They will continue to be influenced by some Saharan dust that's continuing to stretch across the entire Atlantic and into the Caribbean. Also quiet there. We do have a tropical wave moving just to the south of the Bahamas. Most of the activity across the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico and into the Gulf of Mexico. Upper level low that's spinning across Florida, triggering some showers and some thunderstorms across the northwest Bahamas. Also, we have some moisture with a frontal boundary that's falling apart. That's continuing to move towards the area. That could spark a few more showers as that system gets closer to our area. Future forecast showing the moisture with the boundary still across the northwest Bahamas and to the east of us. Most of the activity with that upper level low will continue to spin. We could see some more showers in the forecast for the northwest Bahamas as that system remains in place. And we could see that carrying us into Friday and possibly even into Saturday with the bulk of the moisture remaining to the west of us. Boating forecast, northwest and central Bahamas tonight to tomorrow. Southeast to south winds at 10 knots. They will fall light and variable at times. Seas 1 to 3 feet over open waters. Tide will be low at 8:10 tonight. The high tide takes place at 2:06 tomorrow morning. For the southeast Bahamas, east to southeasterly flow at 10 to 15 knots expected. Your seas will be running 2 to 4 feet over open waters. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, we'll keep a few showers in the picture as that moisture continues to spin with that upper level low across Florida. Temperatures will be into 90s. We do have a heat advisory in effect for the entire chain of islands as well as a dust advisory. So if you have any respiratory issues, you may want to stay indoors. But we will continue with the warm temperatures next week, and temperatures will stay near the mid-90s. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
Greg, well, this week we've been highlighting why the Baha Mar Resort makes the perfect staycation. From the water park and sports to nature experiences, there's plenty to keep you busy. But when it comes to a great getaway, the food may just be the icing on the cake. Our Joshua Williams reports.
When it comes to a staycation at Baha Mar, there's plenty to do. But for me, the food was a big part of the experience. Over the course of this stay, I had the chance to try 3 very different restaurants, each with its own style, menu, and atmosphere. Our first stop was Leola. From the moment we sat down, the dim lighting and soft music created a classy, relaxed atmosphere. The menu offered something for just about everyone, from plant-based dishes to traditional meat options and a variety of seafood. There was also signature cocktails, including the San Remo and the Nero Manhattan. My personal favorite was a steak served with mashed potatoes and asparagus. But with so many options on the menu, there's plenty to explore, whether you're dining with family, friends, or just looking for a quiet night out. The following evening, we headed over to Marcus Fish and Chop House, and this restaurant had a completely different feel. One of the first things you notice is the meat and fish being dry-aged and prepared throughout the restaurant, adding to the experience before the food even hits the table. There's also an extensive wine selection with both red and white options for wine lovers. While the restaurant has its regular menu, we decided to try the specialty menu. All 3 courses delivered, with each dish leaving us ready for the next. And we weren't the only ones enjoying the experience. The restaurant was packed both inside and out, with guests celebrating birthdays, anniversaries, and other special occasions. Our final stop was Katsuya, a Japanese-style restaurant with a menu that definitely surprised me. I'm not usually a fan of sushi, but even I was impressed by the variety of options. From grilled and smoked dishes to raw and cooked selections, there was something for just about every taste. And the portions were generous, with sides that were more than enough to share. After 3 nights and 3 very different dining experiences, one thing was clear. Baha Mar isn't just a place to stay. It's a destination where the food can be an experience all on its own. And while I thoroughly enjoyed my culinary experience, I also had the chance to spend some time with a very unique creature. But I'll have more on that in another story. Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
Thanks so much for that, Josh, and we thank you for joining us so much for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall-Thomas. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.